How you doing, Barbie?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I absolutely love this movie. This movie is so good. And I'm a big softie, so of course I was bawling
The movie
because
for
this
the
is,
softies. And even the people who don't think they're softies, they turn into a little softie at the end.
oh boy. Yeah, I had I couldn't do it. But anyways, I had to stop a couple times with this movie. But how did you emotionally prepare to play a character going through something so personal and intense? And what part of her story meant the most to you?
Well, for me to prepare for this movie, I actually felt like I had this like extended therapy session with Tracie where we just would spend so much time just talking about ourselves and what it means to like have anxious attachment and abandonment issues and what it means to really grow up in a chaotic household and trying to navigate that as an adult and all these like things that are deep that you typically kind of don't get to bring into your work as much, but as an actor, it's kind of the greatest thing is to bring something that's real, like a real pain into your work. And that's like how I've always expressed myself is through performance. And so I mean, for me, what was really important was that I made sure that I was really not putting any pressure on myself. I think that that's always a really bad way of going about acting, especially when it's emotional and vulnerable. So for me, that was a big thing. I really like meditated a lot. I spent a lot of time by myself before a lot of big scenes. I really think that like confidence is the number one thing as an actor, and even if you have to fake it, it's something that you got to do because it's just at the end of the day you just got to perform. You got to do it. We don't have a lot of time, so you got to do it. So for me it was just about that. It was about being very open emotionally. It was about really and that also helps when you're kind of isolated in Kentucky. I felt like Lily, I was alone, I was away from my family, I was away from my friends. I got to really kind of be by myself and be with my emotions and be with this sit with this material for a long time. And so it felt like it was just something I really wanted my body to react and my emotions to come out in a raw way instead of it being forced or heavily planned or heavily rehearsed. So it just was more about being present. um and yeah, so that's like the long of it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And your chemistry with John Leguizamo was amazing and heartfelt. Oh my goodness. It looks like you guys knew each other forever. What was it like building that dynamic on the set? What did you guys do?
Well, John and I are both like extroverts from Queens. So what we immediately already like, laughing and really like connected with each other in our first dinner with Tracie. It was really fun. And, obviously I was like, this is a legend. I feel very nervous, but again, faking the confidence, you got to do it. So I did that. And what was really I think important in the scenes was like this awkward friendliness of like these two like actually very unintentionally charming people. Like we never wanted anyone to be intentionally charming or cool. Like these are deeply uncool people who are deeply alone, so they don't really necessarily get these interactions very often. And so it was really fun to kind of do those scenes where it's like awkward and like you don't know what to say. This is kind of weird, but you guys both need this so much and you
Yeah.
don't know how to express it. So it was really cool. It almost felt like we had to strip apart like everything about ourselves to come in such a awkward way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This film tightropes between like humor and heartache, like the John Leguizamo scenes. You guys so much humor, and then it gets so real. So, was there a scene that in particular that challenged you to balance those tones, and how did you work through it?
Yeah, I think so what Tracie told, I think me and John, was that no one in this movie is intentionally funny or charming or flirty or anything like that. These are people who everything that's funny about it is something unintentional.
Mhm.
It's they're laughing not at you, but because of something you did that wasn't necessarily funny, but just because of the scene, it was funny. So, with John, it really manifested in a lot of dad jokes and kind of these kind of Bob isms that he creates. And with Lily, I feel like I naturally am a funny person, especially when in a situation that is really scary and emotional and like very real. My defense mechanism is always like joking and laughing, and so I think people can also feel that in the movies. Like when things get really uncomfortable, there's like these moments of levity, and having people like French Stewart, who was like an incredibly funny person, play this like devastating character, almost like throws you for a loop. It's like there's like these moments of like just like lightheartedness in the depth of it that keeps it alive. And I think that, Tracy and I always talk about how much we joke through the pain. And so I think that's really what you're reading in it. Nothing is intentionally funny. We're all
Okay.
laughing at the YOLO. We're all laughing at the cringe. It's like these two people who are so silly and funny, someone that you may know from like high school or like, that you grew up with. It's just, it's very local.
Yeah. 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 And I'm almost out of time, but I absolutely love this movie, like I said. What do you want people to take from this movie? What do you want people to take?
Well, what I want people to take is just the fact that these small acts that we do every day, that we have such a powerful impact on each other. We kind of all walk around like kind of just passing ships all day. And what this film really shows me and really like made me think about myself. Like I grew up in an immigrant family, very poor. I didn't have the people who believed in me at a young age and I always wanted to be an actor. So, and that was so outside of the realm of what the people around me did. And
Mhm.
I have these like drama teachers who would be like, you have it, like you can be a professional actor, things I didn't even know that I could do. Or people who are like, you're good, your personality is fine, like this is fine, you're actually really good at this. Those little angels in life really are the reason why I'm here. And with Tracy, the same thing happened with Bob and with other like angels in her life. Or it's called it glimmers, I think. And it's like, or is it glimmers? I'm probably botching it, but it's glimmers, where these people in her life who have just been so kind to her, just little acts that just like have kept her going. And I think that that is what I really want people to realize, is that there are these little things that you do really make a difference in a big way.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm all done. But yeah, this movie is great. And you are amazing. You are
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.